Good morning students, welcome to my channel VMS Physics. So chapter 1 electrostatics, the topic name electric field and its properties. So in this class we are going to discuss about the concept of electric field and field lines, calculation of electric field for various charge configurations, properties of electric field lines. So first we are going to discuss about electric field. So before we are going to discuss about electric field, how to remember the concept of Coulomb's law. So what is meant by Coulomb's law? The electrostatic force is directly proportional to the product of the 2 point charges and is inversely proportional to the square of the distance between them. ஆக்சுவலாக அந்த ரெண்டு சார்ஜுக்கு இடையில் Q1 Q2 அப்படின்னு எடுத்துக்கிட்டோம்னா ரெண்டு சார்ஜுக்கு இடையில் எந்த ஒரு காண்டாக்டும் கிடையாது. தட் ஆர் செப்பரேட்டட் பை த டிஸ்டன்ஸ் ஆஃப் ஆர். இஸ் ஏ எக்ஸாம்பிள் ஃபார் ஆக்ஷன் அட் ஏ டிஸ்டன்ஸ். ஸோ வாட் இஸ் மீன் பை ஆக்ஷன் அட் ஏ டிஸ்டன்ஸ்? ஸோ லெட் அஸ் கன்சிடர் a point charge kept at a point in space. If another point charge is placed at some distance from the first point charge, it experiences either an attractive force or repulsive force. So this attractive or repulsive force is dependent upon the nature of the charges. So already we studied, if it is a like charges, there is a repulsive force. If it is a unlike charges, there is a attractive force between the 2 point charges. But the question is, how does the second charge know about the existence of the first charge which is located at some distance away from it? இப்போ நம்ம இந்த கொஸ்டினுக்கு ஆன்சர் தெரிஞ்சுக்கிறதுக்கு முன்னாடி ஒரு சின்ன கான்செப்டை ரெக்கவர் பண்ணிக்கலாம். நம்ம லோயர் கிளாஸில் படிச்சிருக்கோம், ஒரு மேக்னெட் இருக்கு. இந்த மேக்னெட் பக்கத்தில் ஒரு பீஸ் ஆஃப் அயன் அப்படி கொண்டுட்டு வர்றோம் அப்படின்னா it starts to attract. Okay, it starts to attract. So even though there is no contact between the magnet and the object, it starts to attract. இது எதனால அப்படின்னு படிச்சிருக்கோம் அப்படின்னு பார்த்தீங்கன்னா, there is a magnetic field around the magnet. Due to that magnetic field, this object experiences a force, then starts to attract. ஓகே, அப்போ ஒரு மேக்னெட்டை சுற்றி இந்த ஸ்பேஸில் என்ன இருக்குது? மேக்னெட்டிக் ஃபீல்டு. அப்போ அந்த மேக்னெட்டிக் ஃபீல்டு இருக்கா இல்லையா நம்ம தெரிஞ்சுக்கிறோம்னா கண்டிப்பாக நம்ம என்ன பண்ணணும்? ஒரு ஆப்ஜெக்ட், அனதர் ஒன் ஆப்ஜெக்ட், அதர்வைஸ் அனதர் ஒன் மேக்னெட், இதை எடுத்துக்கிட்டு பக்கத்தில் கொண்டுட்டு வரணும். தென் ஒன்லி வி நோ த எக்ஸிஸ்டன்ஸ் ஆஃப் த மேக்னெட்டிக் ஃபீல்ட் அரவுண்ட் த மேக்னெட். ஸோ டு ஆன்சர் திஸ் கொஸ்டின், மைக்கேல் ஃபாரடே இன்ட்ரடியூஸ் த கான்செப்ட் ஆஃப் ஃபீல்ட். ஸோ அக்கார்டிங் டு த ஃபாரடே, every charge in the universe creates an electric field in the surrounding space. சப்போஸ் நம்ம ஒரு பாயிண்ட் சார்ஜ் அப்படின்னு எடுத்துக்கிட்டோம்னா திஸ் இஸ் Q, இதை சுற்றி என்ன இருக்குது? ஃபீல்டுன்னு ஒன்று இருக்குது அப்படின்றத மைக்கேல் ஃபாரடே வந்து இன்ட்ரடியூஸ் பண்ணுறாரு. ஸோ எவ்ரி சார்ஜ், ஈச் அண்ட் எவ்ரி சார்ஜ் in the universe creates an electric field in the surrounding space. Okay, so if another charge is brought into field, it will interact with the electric field around the space and will experience a force. So let us consider a point charge Q which is placed at a point P. This is considered as a source charge. Now we will consider another one point charge Q0 which is placed at a distance of R. Now this Q0 experience a force due to this source charge Q along this direction F21. So what is the force, electrostatic force between these 2 point charges placed at a distance of R? So F is equal to K Q Q0 divided by R square into R cap. So where K is equal to 1 by 4 by epsilon naught. So Q0 by R squared into R cap. Students, this is according to the Coulomb's law. Between the 2 point charges, you can clearly understand this is the source, this is the test charge. Okay, so now we can define what is meant by electric field. So electric field is defined as the force experienced by a unit charge. So E is equal to F by Q0. So force experienced by the unit test charge placed at the point P at a distance of R. So we know the equation for F according to the Coulomb's law. So K into Q naught by R squared into R cap. If we substitute this force here, Q naught get cancelled. So remaining K Q divided by R squared into R cap. Otherwise 1 by 4 by epsilon naught Q by R squared into R cap. So this is a vector quantity. Electric field is a vector quantity. The SI unit of electric field is Newton Coulomb inverse or Newton per Coulomb. The unit of force is Newton. The unit of charge is Coulomb. So Newton per Coulomb. So Newton Coulomb inverse. So you can understand from this expression the electric field which consists of the charge Q. So what is Q? Already we discussed. This is a source charge. So electric field is depend upon the source charge, not for the test charge. You understand? This is a simple diagram for electric field lines existing between the 2 point charges. So what are all the important aspects of electric field? Let us consider a positive charge. So if it is a positive charge, we know that according to the Faraday, that will create the field in the surrounding space. But if it is a positive charge, the field created which is directed away from the point charge. Okay, if the charge is positive, then the electric field away from the source charge. If it is a negative charge, the field created which is towards the source charge. Are you understand? If Q is positive, the electric field is away. If Q is negative, the electric field is towards. The second thing, the Coulomb's law in terms of electric field. So by the definition of electric field, we know that force experienced by the unit test charge placed at the point at a distance of R. So F is equal to Q naught E. So F is equal to Q naught times E. This is the Coulomb's law in terms of electric field. Okay, so here also we mentioned the direction for electric field. If it is a positive charge, the field is away. If it is a negative charge, the field is towards. We can place the test charge Q naught here at a point P at a distance of R, that will experience a force. So force is equal to Q naught times E. Then the third one, the electric field is independent of the test charge Q naught, and it depends only on the source charge Q. So already explained this point. So E, field created which is depend upon the source charge only, not for the test charge. Then electric field is a vector quantity at every point in space. This field has unique direction and magnitude. நம்மளுக்கு தெரியும் scalar quantity, vector quantity na scalar na only it consists of a magnitude. If it is a vector, it consists of both magnitude and directions. So electric field is a vector quantity. It has magnitude and directions. Then according to this equation, you see that electric field is inversely proportional to the square of the distance between the 2 point charges. So E is proportional to 1 by R square. So as the distance increases, that means the distance between the 2 point charges increases, the strength of the electric field is decreases. So let us consider a simple diagram. This is a point charge. It is positive. Let us choose 3 point P, Q, R at different distances. Our aim is to calculate the strength of the electric field at P, at Q, at R. அதாவது இந்த இடத்துல போய் எலக்ட்ரிக் ஃபீல்டு எவ்வளவு வேல்யூஸ் இருக்குது அப்படின்றத கால்குலேட் பண்ண போகிறோம். தட் மீன்ஸ் இபி, இக்யூ, இஆர் கால்குலேட் பண்ண போகிறோம். நீங்கள் இந்த டயக்ராம் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா இந்த சோர்ஸ் சார்ஜிலிருந்து Pன்ற பாயிண்ட் ஒரு செர்டன் டிஸ்டன்ஸில் இருக்குது. அட் சேம் டைம் ஆர்ன்ற பாயிண்ட் ஒரு செர்டன் டிஸ்டன்ஸ், அட் சேம் டைம் கியூன்ற பாயிண்ட் ஒரு செர்டன் டிஸ்டன்ஸ். இது எல்லாத்துக்குலேயும் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா டிஃப்ரென்ஸ் இருக்குது. இது ஒரு ஸ்மாலர் டிஸ்டன்ஸ், தென் இது. அப்போ எலக்ட்ரிக் ஃபீல்டு எங்கே மேக்ஸிமமாக இருக்கும் அப்படின்னு சொன்னோம்னா where the value of r is small. Okay, so this is very close. The point P is very close to the source charge. So electric field is maximum at the point P. So EP is greater than ER, then EQ. So you can understand, as the distance increases, the electric field is decreases. Then smaller Q, because that is situated at very large distance. So simply we'll write EP, which is greater than ER, which is greater than EQ. If it is negative charge, there is no change in the magnitude, but the direction is changes. EP vector, that is towards, directed towards the charge Q, or ER or EQ. Then the definition of electric field, it is assumed that the test charge Q naught is taken sufficiently very small quantity. By moving this Q naught towards the source charge, it will not affect the field created by the source charge. ஓகே, இப்போ Qன்ற ஒரு சார்ஜ் இருக்குது, இது பக்கத்தில் Q நாட் அப்படின்ற ஒரு டெஸ்ட் சார்ஜை கொண்டுட்டு வரும்போது இது வந்து என்னென்னா சஃபிஷியன்ட்லி ஸ்மால் குவான்டிட்டி. இப்போ இதை மூவ் பண்ணிட்டு வரும்போது இந்த சோர்ஸ் சார்ஜை டிஸ்டர்ப் பண்ணுறதோ இல்லை இதனால் க்ரியேட் ஆகக்கூடிய ஃபீல்டை டிஸ்டர்ப் பண்ணுறதோ இருக்காது இந்த இடத்துல. ஓகே, ஸோ தீஸ் டெஸ்ட் சார்ஜ் தட் வில் எக்ஸ்பீரியன்ஸ் எ ஃபோர்ஸ் டியூ டு த field created by the source charge. So in other words, we will say that the test charge is made sufficiently small such that it will not modify the electric field of the source charge. Then the important point is, this expression is valid only for the point charges. It means E is equal to K into Q by R squared into R cap. That expression valid only for the point charges. Okay, then there are two types of electric field exist. So one is uniform electric field or constant electric field. Another one is non-uniform electric field. So if it is uniform electric field that possesses same direction and constant magnitude at all points in space. Okay, if it is a non-uniform electric field, it possesses different directions or different magnitudes or both at different points in space. Let us consider a simple diagram to understand uniform and non-uniform electric field. You will observe this arrow mark. So in the 11th standard, you have learned that the length of the arrow that represents the magnitude of vector and these arrow heads that represents the directions. இப்போ இந்த டயக்ராமில் நம்மளுக்கு எல்லா லென்த்துமே எப்படி இருக்குது, ஈக்குவலாக இருக்குது. அதே மாதிரி எல்லா டைரக்ஷன்ஸ் ஆரோகட்ஸும் லைங் ஆன் த சேம் டைரக்ஷன்ஸ். ஸோ திஸ் இஸ் த எக்ஸாம்பிள் ஃபார் யூனிஃபார்ம் எலக்ட்ரிக் ஃபீல்ட். வாட் அபவுட் த செகண்ட் டயக்ராம்? த ஃபஸ்ட் ரோ, ஃபஸ்ட் காலம் and the second column are similar, but the third one, the length of the arrow is very small compared to the previous. Okay, so we say that even though all the arrows are lying on the same direction, the magnitudes are different. So which is an example for non-uniform electric field. What about here? They are lying in the different directions. So non-uniform, example for non-uniform electric field. So in this case, both magnitude and directions are different. This is an example for non-uniform electric field. So electric field due to the system of point charges. Suppose a number of point charges are distributed in the space like Q1, Q2, Q3 up to Qn. So how can we calculate the electric field, total electric field at the point P? So to calculate the total electric field at point P due to the system of charges or collection of point charges, we will use the superposition principle. Students, என்னோட previous வீடியோவில் நம்ம superposition principle டிஸ்கஸ் பண்ணியிருக்கோம். That is a superposition principle for the forces. Okay, go and refer what is meant by superposition principle. So in this case, the electric field at an arbitrary point due to the collection of point charges is simply equal to the vector sum. So vector sum of the electric fields created by the individual point charges. This is called superposition of electric fields. Let us consider a point P, and the system consists of Q1, Q2, Q3 up to n number of charges. So the field created at here due to Q1 along this direction, that is represented by E1P. So E1P is the electric field due to the point charge Q1 at a distance of R1P. Similarly, Q2 along this direction E2P. Similarly, Q3 along this direction E3P up to n number of charges. To calculate E total, a resultant electric field at P due to the collection of charges, we will use the superposition principle. So E total, which is equal to E1 vector plus E2 vector plus E3 vector up to En vector. So this is called superposition of electric fields. Then we will write what is the electric field due to the point charge Q1. So K into Q1 divided by R1P square into R1P cap. So R1P square is the distance between point charge Q1 to point P, and R1P cap is the direction. This is a unit vector that will mention the direction from Q1 to P. So along this direction. Similarly, E2, E3 up to n number of charges. Then we take the common term K. So K is equal to 1 by 4 by epsilon naught. We will write remaining terms. So this is the equation for total electric field due to the collection of point charges. So in general, E total is equal to 1 by 4 by epsilon naught summation I is equal to 1 to n Qi divided by RIP square into RIP cap. Is a general expression for electric field due to the system of point charges. Do you understand? Don't forget to watch my next video for continuation of this topic. Thank you.